Closed captioning is brought to you in part by Raven Reads. Unbox Indigenous voices. Subscribe today at ravenreads.org.
The opinions expressed in the following programs are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect those of Rogers nor Rogers TV.
Here are your Pickering Municipal candidates for 2022. Candidates for Durham Regional Chair.
Hello, I'm John Henry. It's been a busy 4 years for Durham Region, and here are some of what the accomplishments are during my first term. We transitioned to virtual service delivery. We enhanced public health measures. We monitored financial impacts closely. We removed $100 million of future costs. We launched Downtowns of Durham, and we created the Durham Economic Task Force. We made strides to address anti-Black racism through the Durham Region Anti-Racism Task Force. We installed a permanent location for the Mississaugas of Scugog First Nation flag at regional headquarters. We introduced Durham's first community safety and well-being plan. We joined the Canadian Alliance to End Homelessness Build for Zero Canada program. We expanded green bin, blue box, and hazardous waste programs, and we introduced electronics, textiles, and porcelain recycling. Durham Region Council approved a long-term waste management plan. Durham was recognized as one of the Smart 21 Communities of the Year in 2021-22. A first-of-its-kind project in Canada, we launched the My Durham 311 Smart Home Device Voice Service Project. In 2021, the region launched a community paramedicine program with funding from the Ministry of Long-Term Care. Durham Region Transit operates one of the largest on-demand systems in the country with an average wait time of 15 minutes in urban zones and 30 minutes across rural areas. Lakeshore Go East extension of Bonneville is our signature project that is the key to enabling Durham's transit vision and unlocking community building and economic development for Durham Region. We were successful in the removal of the tolls on the 412 and the 418, and Regional Council declared a climate emergency in 2020. Innovation is driving Ontario's economy. Right here from Durham with companies like OPG, GE Hitachi, Merrick, William F. White, East Penn, General Motors, FGF Foods. We created 8 videos highlighting diverse career opportunities in agri-food, and we delivered a 4-part webinar on specialty crop opportunities. There's more work to be done. Go to votejohnhenry.com, and on October 24th, vote John Henry for Regional Chair.
Also running. Your candidates for Pickering Mayor.
Good day. My name is Kevin Ash, and I'm running to be the next mayor of Pickering. This year's 2022 campaign has 8 days of internet voting and 1 day of paper balloting on October 24th. Now, more than ever, experience matters. This is not an entry-level job. In Kevin Ash, you get experience you can count on. Pickering is at a crossroads. Significant, very significant decisions lie ahead. I want to be your job as mayor. I want people not only to live here and to play here, but to work here. More jobs means more business, more taxes, and less reliance on the residential tax base. The pillars of my campaign are as follows: affordable and attainable housing, jobs and economic development, responsible growth and environmental sustainability, broadening the commercial tax base, getting people moving, having transit that works for people, and enhanced services for seniors, youth, and people with disability. Let me touch on a subject that is concerning to a number of residents, and that's the idea of growth in condos. I encourage you to get the facts. Don't believe the false narrative of 75 condos. It simply is not the truth. To get more information about my campaign, visit my website at www.kevinashformayor.com. On October 24th, vote Kevin Ash for mayor. Thank you, and God bless.
I love the city of Pickering and its many communities. I love our diversity and what we have to offer each other. I love our green spaces, waterways, neighbors, and neighborhoods. My name is Janice Frampton, and as your mayor, I want to build on these elements of our great city and help it grow into the future. I don't believe responsible, sustainable development looks like 75 condo towers and comes at the cost of voting with developers. I do not have any ties to Metrolinx or outside influences. I am running as an independent candidate backed by people with similar concerns. As your mayor, what's important to you is important to me. Communication is the key to any successful relationship. The madness of investor condo towers being erected on every square inch of our city, causing height, wind, and shadow pollution, traffic congestion, and sewage problems. I mean, what about the poop? Where is all this extra poop supposed to go? We know change is coming. And as your mayor, each proposed project will be addressed on and of its own merit. Pickering can't afford to miss out on projects like the hospital because of poor decisions made behind closed doors during secret council meetings. We can and must do much better than this. I believe in controlled, planned, transparent policies that encourage business and development growth for the enhancement of the majority of the people of the city, not just for a select few. Respect for the land, respect for our past, respect for our future, respect for each other. On October 24th, vote for me, Janice Frampton, as your next mayor.
Also running. Candidates for Pickering Regional Ward 1.
Hi, I'm Councillor Maurice Brenner, and I'm asking for your continued support on October 24th to elect me as your Ward 1 Regional Councillor, so that I can continue to represent you at both Pickering and Durham Regional Councils. Pickering is a beautiful, diverse city with so much potential. From our waterfront to the south, to our agricultural lands to the north, Pickering is unique with a blend of new and established neighborhoods. But during the next few years, we will be facing many challenges. Your priorities are my priorities. Affordability and obtainability of housing and reducing the residential tax burden. A balanced, responsible approach to development and intensification that will not compromise our quality of life nor destroy the character of our existing city of Pickering. Community and road safety. Solutions to gridlock, enhancements to Durham Transit, and maintaining and protecting our environment for future generations. Pickering residents and local businesses need a strong community voice. Someone who's not afraid to challenge the status quo on your behalf to deliver positive change, which I have and will continue to do. To learn more about what we have done and can do together, check out mauricebrenner.com or follow me on Facebook or any of the social media platforms. But most importantly, on October the 24th, elect Maurice Brenner, your regional councillor for Ward 1.
Hi, I'm Tom Hayes. You may know me from my nearly 40 years at CTV News, City TV, and Global News. I've been an advocate my whole career, and now I want to be an advocate for our neighborhood. Lynn and I moved to Ward 1 nearly 30 years ago. We raised our family here. We love it here. And I want to be a new voice for Ward 1, a trusted voice at Pickering City Hall and Durham Region Council. My political experience is extensive. Every municipal, provincial, and federal election since 1982. I know what people expect from their elected officials because I've been part of it for 4 decades. I have not been a career politician. I'm running on a body of work that reflects who I am. I've saved people from losing their homes, taken on big banks, big corporations, big government. I've been a voice for people who simply weren't being heard. I fought and won for families that needed life-saving drugs for their kids. My investigative work has changed legislation. I've helped raise millions of dollars for our community, and I've served on the foundation board of our hospital. The next 4 years will be critical for our neighborhood. Where we are right now is the result of the last 4 years on council. The next term will define what Pickering looks like 50 years from now. As I've said, going door to door, development has to fit the landscape. Infrastructure must come first. Neighborhoods need to be protected. We need housing that includes young families and seniors. I believe Pickering should be a place where we can live for life because we love it here. There's a lot of negative stuff going around, but I'm Pickering positive. I believe in this city and the future of our neighborhood. Vote TomHayes.ca. Vote October 24th or online starting October 17th. And if you need help, call me up. I'll walk you through it. 905-904-2521. I'm Tom Hayes, your trusted voice and Pickering positive.
Candidates for Pickering Regional, Ward 2.
Hello, my name is Linda Cook, and I'm a candidate for Regional Council Ward 2 in the city of Pickering. I believe this is the most important and significant election Pickering has ever held. We're at the crossroads in our city, at the cusp of change that will resonate throughout Pickering and the entire region, for better or for worse, for generations to come. This is why I've chosen to stand for election, to lend my voice and my experience to work with the community for the community. Many residents know of the looming high-density condo developments planned, spanning across the major artery of our city, Kingston Road, from the west at Rougemount Drive to the east at Brock Road. 75 high-rise towers have been proposed that will affect everything from infrastructure, power, the environment, small businesses, congestion, long-term construction effects on transit and traffic flow, and the cost impact borne by the city as the result of the demands of this excessive development will bring. It is not too late to turn back from this. We can build affordable housing, options that protect our farmland and our natural areas, and will promote viable public transportation options and create neighborhoods that are safe, walkable, and full of recreation. The solution lies in creating complete communities that are well-planned and thoughtful, that offer a range of housing types from single-family dwellings to townhomes and condominiums. Walkable schooling, walkable shopping, retail spaces, parks, workspaces, culture, arts, and community spaces. This is too important for our future and our children's future to let apathy guide us. Make your voice heard. Please vote this October, online from October 17th to Election Day on October the 24th. I invite you to visit my website, www.lindacook.ca, to view my updates and read further information about myself, my experience, and my platform. Thank you for your support.
Hi, I'm Eileen Higdon, a candidate for Ward 2 Regional Council here in Pickering. I wish to thank Rogers for the opportunity to speak to you today. This started for me when I was invited to be part of the museum fashion show. I chose the suffragette dress, and while I was dressing, it occurred to me that there was no women elected to our council. From that thought, I wrote a one-woman show and took it to the Hamilton Summer Festival. And in 2018, I ran for mayor to highlight the issue of lack of women on council. I am a registered candidate for Ward 2 regional seat, but have withdrawn from the race to give my support to Linda Cook as Ward 2 regional council. Her success is my success, a realization of my desire to elect women to Pickering Council. Now in 2022, I am energized to get you to go out and vote women on council. We need to take back Pickering and Durham regional councils from the elite male-dominated decision makers that we have today. I don't want you just to make a plan to vote. I want you to share your pride as a Canadian citizen. I want you to tell the world your plan to vote. Encourage friends and neighbours to cast their vote. I want you, a citizen of Canada, to feel the need to stand up, put your shoes on, and take back our local government here in Pickering. I am committed to gender equality and all that Linda advocates. I endorse Linda Cook as Ward 2 Regional Councillor, and I hope you will vote for her. Make a plan to vote on October 24th. Elect Linda Cook, your Ward 2 Regional Councillor. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, neighbors. My name is Ali Marani. Many of you may recognize me from my time as the owner and operator of one of the city's most popular breakfast restaurants at the corner of Brock Road and Highway 401. Well, after more than 14 years, I recently sold my business, and I'm excited to share with you that I'm running in this year's municipal election to be your next regional councillor for Ward 2. This election is about more than whether or not your councillor has a friendly face or attends local golf tournaments. Pickering is going through a fundamental change. The urbanization of Seaton and the plans to intensify the Kingston Road corridor mean that our city will look very different in just a few short years. In fact, there's estimates that our population will grow by upwards of 50% before the end of the decade. That means we'll be bigger than Barrie. The question is, are we ready? Do we have the infrastructure and services in place to keep up with such an explosion of growth? Commute times are already too long. Our transit system is in need of a major overhaul, and our first responders, well, they're spread too thin. We need a better plan for moving this city forward. My focus is on managed, sensible growth that makes Pickering more livable for residents, on wider roads and new off-ramps to cut down on your commute times, on better transit to get people moving, on supporting small businesses like the one I ran to create good jobs closer to home, giving people more time with their families, and on fighting crime to keep our loved ones safe and our property protected. Pickering needs councillors who aren't afraid to challenge bad decisions, who will stand up for people, not developers, who are ready to work hard with the drive and determination needed to make this the world-class city it can and should be. We need representatives who listen to ideas, who take the interests of residents to heart, and who care. To learn more about me and why I think I'm right for the job, please visit my website at www.voteforal.ca. And October 24th, let's make Pickering better together.
Hello, my name is Gary Strange, and I am running to be the next regional councillor for Ward 2 in Pickering. It has been my distinct pleasure to meet so many of you at the door since I began my campaign in June. I have enjoyed all of the conversations, reconnecting with those that I met during my 2018 campaign, and above all, I have heard your concerns. We share a collective passion for our ward and the city itself. However, it is clear that we have challenges that your elected officials need to focus on. This includes making major investments in infrastructure and transportation to accommodate the unprecedented growth that Pickering is experiencing, doing everything possible to preserve the unique charm of our many neighborhoods to ensure that what attracted all of us to live in Pickering remains intact, new community-focused development projects in the form of a performing and visual arts center, a senior and youth center, and an expanded and modernized central library. Support to small business to assist with their post-pandemic recovery. And finally, regular communication with ward residents throughout the term, not just at election time by having regular neighborhood meetings. I've been very fortunate to raise my family, live and work in Ward 2 for over 25 years. My previous leadership roles with the Ajax Pickering Board of Trade, the Rotary Club of Pickering, the Durham West Arts Center Foundation, and many other community organizations have allowed me to develop a wide array of skills that will give you, the residents of Ward 2, the representation that you deserve on council. This is an important time for Pickering and the region of Durham. Our community requires devoted advocacy in order to achieve the results that we desire. I have proven my ability to advocate for those I have served in both my professional and volunteer roles. It would be my honor and privilege to serve you as the next regional councillor for Ward 2 in Pickering. Thank you for your time.
Candidates for Pickering Regional Ward 3.
Hello, I'm David Pickles, and I am hardworking for the residents and city of Pickering as your regional councillor for Ward 3. I'm asking for your vote in the October municipal elections to continue working and fighting for what matters to all of us: a safe community with critical services like police and fire, fair taxes, well used for infrastructure like good roads and sidewalks, and amenities like great parks, playgrounds, community and recreation centers, particularly in our growing downtown and our Seaton community. For youth, families, and seniors like tennis, pickleball, courts, skate parks, ice rinks, swimming pools, and many more. I'm for supporting our businesses, big and small, and attracting new businesses and jobs. I'm for ensuring growth and development that benefits and complements our unique community. I will continue to lobby for a Pickering hospital and new schools. I'm a positive person, and it's a little frustrating to hear some candidates speak negatively about our community and feel they have to mislead and scaremonger about issues. These are not the people to elect. I am passionate about our city and residents. My wife and I have lived in Pickering, owned a home, and paid property taxes for 35 years. We have raised our 2 daughters here, and my 1 daughter continues to reside in Pickering, and Ward 3 owns a home and pays property taxes. I, my wife, my family, our friends and family, and all of you want to ensure Pickering remains a great place to live, work, and play. Thanks for your vote. Please come out on October 24th and vote in person, or use the online voting the week before. Not everyone votes. We encourage you to vote, and I ask for your vote in these important municipal elections to remain your regional councillor for Ward 3. Thank you.
Greetings, Ward 3 residents. My name is Peter Rodriguez, and I'm running for the regional councillor in Ward 3. And just to let folks know, there are 2 councillors. There's a city councillor and a regional councillor. And the good news is I was elected to be a regional councillor in a prior election. So I have lots of experience, lots of trust, lots of communication. I know what's going on in the ward. It's a huge ward, but I was there full time. When meeting with residents during this campaign period and talking to them, a lot of them are very upset and disappointed with the voting and the behavior of Pickering Council. However, the vast majority of people don't know what's going on. So when I became a councillor, I produced a segment called Empowering You, so the residents would know that there are 2 councillors in Ward 3, for example, in all the wards. And the regional councillor is a double job. You sit at the region council and at the Pickering Council. And as I say, I have a proven record of trust, and I was involved in politics a long time before I was elected. I've been supporting residents' concerns for years. And I voted, quite frankly, against one of the biggest problems, which is the budget. It's got too many expenses in it. They don't know how to spend money wisely. There's never enough money, but you've got to spend it on the right things. I also want to make sure that we have a number of other policies in place, such as a lobbying registry, so we know who's coming to council, who's having an influence on council. We need a lot more accountability and transparency. One simple technique is to have recorded votes for everything so that people can look back and see how did your councillor vote, because most of them are kept in the dark. So thank you for listening to me, and please call me as soon as you can and come and vote for me, Peter Rodriguez, regional councillor in Ward 3. Thank you.
Candidates for Pickering City Councillor, Ward 1.
Hello, I am Tony Harold, and I am your candidate for City Councillor in Pickering's Ward 1. Being a Ward 1 resident for over 40 years, I know and understand the issues on your minds. Your top concern is our property taxes. Each year, we incur tax increases on top of already high property taxes. Taxpayers are rightly demanding greater value and service for what they pay. Make no mistake, taxes are necessary to run a city. But with Pickering's tax base being largely residential, the burden is squarely on our shoulders. To help relieve this burden, we need to attract more industry and commercial businesses to our city. I am committed to promoting a more focused economic development strategy to accomplish this, so that we can stabilize the residential tax load. While development plays a key role in helping to stabilize the taxes we pay, we must also be highly concerned with the large number of proposals for development in our city, especially the projects proposed for the Bruno's Plaza and others along the Kingston Road corridor. Voting for me will ensure that both the city's and region's official plans and proposed amendments are thoroughly reviewed, so the development projects are properly located, are complementary to existing neighborhoods, and that the infrastructure is in place to support them. There does not need to be a high-rise project on every street corner. I've had the pleasure of meeting and talking with many residents, and you have told me, loud and clear, that it is time for change. Voting for Tony Harold as your Ward 1 City Councillor will bring that change. Change because you will have someone representing you who you can trust to ensure that your concerns will be addressed. Change because I will ensure that we have an open, transparent, accountable, and accessible government for all. But this change all starts with a vote, your vote. And so I'm calling on you from October 17th to October 24th to mark your ballot for change and to vote for Tony Harold, City Councillor, Ward 1. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Zainab Kazi, and I am running to be the next City Councillor for Ward 1 of Pickering. I am heavily invested in the well-being of Pickering. After all, I live, work, own a business, and am raising my kids in Pickering Ward 1. I share a lot of the same concerns as many of you. I'm running for City Council because I care for the future of Pickering. The direction and decisions that we take today will determine the future of our city, the future of our families, and of our children's families. My vision for Pickering is of a city that is progressive and prosperous for all, one that is intuitive about the needs of its residents above all else, one that is transparent about its decisions, and of a city that is effective in its communications. Pickering is facing new challenges, and we need new and innovative solutions. Here are some examples of solutions based on current challenges that I will bring to City Council if elected. Working with developers to help us update supporting infrastructure and implementing more renewable energy sources for sustainable and practical future development. Implementing a strong plan to help create infrastructure for providing alternative modes of accessibility, which is key to fighting traffic congestion. To develop an app that will serve as a local Pickering directory and loyalty program for small businesses, including home-based business, to help strengthen Pickering's economy. To enhance city programming by using the city's existing resources, launching an anti-littering marketing campaign and adding more trash receptacles to neighborhoods and parks, providing a minimum of 2 pickleball courts in Ward 1 and other spaces that encourage physical activity. Above all else, I promise to be a strong voice at City Council for residents of Ward 1. Please visit my website at zainabkazi.ca for more about my platform. And if you align with my vision for our city, remember to vote Kazi for Pickering. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ravina Rajasingham. I'm looking to be your next City Councillor for Ward 1 Pickering. It has been a real blessing for my husband and I to raise our 3 children here. Growing up, I've always valued the idea that each of us can't be change makers. This has led to my passion for community development and striving to make a difference in the communities that I've been part of. I have spent decades working to enrich the communities I've been immersed in, whether it's been serving as a youth education chairman of Royal Canadian Legion Pickering, founder of Ajax Pickering Public Library Science Fair, vice president of the Canadian Tamil Congress, the past chair of the Durham Diversity Society, or the past board of director and facilitator for Center for Leadership and Innovation. I know when we work together, we can achieve amazing things. As a national cardiology specialist and a published academic, I have been encouraged by the community members to bring my passion and strength to serving the community to Pickering Council. Our community is calling for a fresh face that can bring a strong voice for Pickering, and that is exactly what I can bring. A mindset for setting strategic plans, a responsible development along Kingston Road, safer streets, and protecting our cherished waterfront and trails, championing the unique needs of our seniors and youth, and a strong sense of fiscal management to service our needs today and our growth for tomorrow. Of course, attract and bring large corporate companies to Pickering. Join me as we build together the community in Pickering we all desire. So in doing this, your voice matters to me. On October 24th, elect Ravina Rajasingham. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Lisa Robinson, your Ward 1 City Councillor candidate. This election is the beginning of a significant change in our municipal government. For the first time in a long time, you will be electing a new mayor, a new regional councillor, and a new city councillor. With your support of electing me as your city councillor, within the first 100 days, I plan on making crucial changes to our policies and procedures. So above all else, you will come first. First, I plan on lowering your property taxes by way of a grant. The casino brought in $5 million within the first quarter, meaning a projected amount of $20 million per year, and that's only to start. There is no reason why we can't take some of that money, turn it into a grant, and give it back to you, the homeowner. Next, I would like to implement a snow removal program for all residents before the first big snowfall. That means no more shoveling your sidewalks or digging your car out of the bottom of your driveway. Another priority for me as your city councillor is to create free social events for all members and ages of our community. Mental health and physical health have been on the rise, and I would like to support you and your family by helping you get out and have fun while meeting other people in the community. As for the uproar in our community regarding the 75 towers, Only a few have been approved and the rest have been deferred or are pending until the new council sits in January. As your city councillor, I will be opposing these towers, not only because we do not have the infrastructure in place to accommodate them, but because this is a significant safety issue. If anything was to happen where we needed to evacuate with this amount of congestion in our neighborhoods and on our city streets, we may not be able to get our families to safety. My whole platform is designed to create a better, safer community for us all while protecting our environment. You can learn more at votelisarobinson.com. This October the 17th to 24th, I humbly ask for your support in voting for me, Lisa Robinson, to be your next Ward 1 City Councillor. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Karen Sloan, and I'm so happy to have this opportunity to be able to tell you why I'm running for City Councillor, Ward 1 in Pickering. Pickering has been my family home for the past 17 years. I wanted to give back to the city and grow its economy, so 12 years ago, I made the decision to open my own business. If you own a pet, you may recognize me as I own and operate the Pet Value at Whites Road and Highway 2. When I learned about the coming changes to Kingston Road, I felt the need to help. There needs to be an advocate on City Council to ensure that there is a plan that the businesses that are there now will remain in Pickering to support the existing residents. Mixed-use buildings with little or no parking are a recipe for disaster to the small businesses as well as the existing residents who depend on them. It is our city and our say. There is a plan for high-rises the length of Kingston Road, and this will drastically impact the way we navigate our way through our city. It will be vital to work with the developers and city planners to ensure we have sufficient infrastructure. There needs to be more affordable housing, and let's not forget the impact to our environment. It's our city and our say. While listening and participating in some of the past council meetings, it appeared there was a lack of a true end-to-end plan. Do we really have the required infrastructure to support these developments? This is our city and our say. Owning a small business allows me to interact with so many residents. I hear you and am committed to making improvements, and I've never been so sure and passionate about anything. This is our city, so let's have our say. On October 24th, please vote. Let's make sure this is the year the residents had their say. Thank you for your support.
Hi, my name is Janine Soligo, and I'm running for City Councillor, Ward 1. As I've been knocking on doors and speaking with people, I've noticed three concerns that have emerged. The future development of Pickering, specifically the intensification of the Kingston Road corridor, the desire for open and transparent government where people's voices are heard, and the need to diversify our tax base so as to reduce the burden on Pickering residents. I'd like to address these three issues. We all know that development has arrived in our city. The question is, what do we, the people of Pickering, want it to look like? Pickering's official plan is coming up for review next year. I believe that if we are going to change the future of development in our city, it will happen in the next 4 years. That is why who is elected to City Council is so critical. I also believe that being a City Councillor was never meant to be a job, but a position of service to the community. I'm willing to invest the next 4 years of my life to do just that. I'm self-funded. I receive no support from people with ties to development. The only financial support I have received is from people who know me and believe in what I'm doing. I will be honest, I will work hard, and I will represent the people of Pickering and Ward 1. I'm also committed to encouraging appropriate industry to make Pickering their home, while ensuring that it's not only beneficial to them, but to us as well. I live in Ward 1. I love this city, and I believe the vision and voices of the people who live here should be heard. On October 24th, vote for me, Janine Soligo, City Councillor, Ward 1. Your voice matters.
Hi, Pickering residents. My name is Anthony Jacob. I'm a resident here in Ward 1, an economist and a small business owner of a medical center in Scarborough. The City of Pickering and Municipal Council have a starkly different vision than what I and many of our residents here in our ward would like for the future. High municipal taxes, high youth unemployment, residential high-rise developments, no overnight animal services, a failure to attract an industrial base here in our community. Simply put, we are not being compassionate when we underserve our current residents, and we need investments now. We need a more practical, sustainable, and achievable solutions to benefit our residents by simplifying our government and making common sense investments in our infrastructure, encouraging small business growth, and diversifying our services across the city to reduce the usage of shared services. Here are my solutions for our ward, which will benefit our residents and the city. A small business startup tax credit for Pickering residents who would like to start a business in our community to broaden the tax base. A halt on all Kingston Road and high-rise intensification until the Scarborough subway extension is approved by the provincial government. A redirection of casino revenue to increase the property tax rebate for our fixed income seniors, making it more accessible to keep up with the cost of living. Expanding our capital expenditures to include an animal shelter expansion and initiate overnight animal rescue services across the city. Recognizing Twin Rivers, Woodlands, South Rosebank, West Shore, and Fairport Beach as historical communities to protect its heritage and the environment. I encourage you to learn more about my plan at anthonyforwardnumber1.ca, and I encourage you to vote for Anthony Jacob on October 24th to bring an innovative approach to governance at City Hall where your voice matters. Thank you.
Also running. Candidates for Pickering City Councillor, Ward 2.
As a 30-year resident of Ward 2, I know I'm the right fit to represent this area for many reasons. I am invested in keeping our community safe, prosperous, and affordable. I will continue to give back and keep Pickering a great place to raise a family for future generations. I will manage an affordable community while providing outreach and support to those in need. I will make services available and accessible for all. I promise to be available, visible, and involved with the issues that impact you. As I canvass door to door, speaking with my neighbors and fellow residents, I have heard that many struggle to identify with the current council. This will change if you vote for me to be your representative. I am committed to representing the interests of Ward 2. For example, as we are first stakeholders of OPG, I will ensure that it is decommissioned safely. I will revisit the parking situation at the bottom of Liverpool since it doesn't serve the business, visitors, or neighborhood residents. I will protect the natural habitat ahead of development and review development proposals, Condo City, to ensure they fit the fabric of Ward 2. I will support term limits for elected positions to strengthen local democracy. I will create and publish a lobbyist registry to promote transparency. Additionally, I will continue to promote and support the diversity in our community. Diversity is our strength, and with Ward 2 resident support, Pickering will continue to grow. I will make it convenient for you. As a tradesperson for over 40 years, I can build a foundation to strengthen Ward 2 so that all residents benefit. Please vote for me, Dave Curry, as your Ward 2 City Councillor. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Frank McGill, running for Ward 2 City Council in Pickering. The things that I'd like to do when I get into office, I know many people have seen my videos and read my cards. I would like to stop the tax hikes for 4 years. Now, a lot of people wonder how we're going to do that. Well, one, we have about 40,000 homes in Pickering that pay taxes between homes and businesses. It accumulates to about $1.2 million each year with a 1.79% hike. We have a gift that comes from us from the casino of $20 million. That's allocated to whatever the city chooses to put it for. There's no reason why over the next 4 years, that'll be over $80 million, why we can't allocate 4.8 million of that toward our tax base rather than charging it to the citizens. We also charge $31,000 per unit for developers. That is probably the cheapest in all the GTA. So developers want to build here in Pickering, we'll take their development fee and raise that, whether double it or triple it per unit. That'll also help us to build such as the new fire hall that we're going to need in the north end. And it'll help us pay the people that we need to pay within the city, right? Developers need to pay for what needs to get done if they're going to do it here. And we need to stop these high rises to the point to where we need to put restrictions on heights, especially on Kingston Road. Right? I thank you very much and hope that you get out and vote. And we look forward to winning this on October the 24th. You have a great day.
Hi, my name is Mara Nagy. I'm a teacher, essential worker, and environmental activist from Pickering with a proven track record of success. I'm also midway through a PhD in community development and local history. I've been in education for almost 10 years, and it's given me the opportunity to really meet with and learn from all the neighbors and neighborhoods of Ward 2 and beyond. I've seen Pickering change so much in my lifetime, from when I was a little girl to now as someone who works in this city for this city. I'm running this year because this election is too important to stand idly by and watch our community get sold off to the highest bidder. Some of the key things I believe in and am fighting for in this election are community, transparency, and sustainability. Because we need change, we must be mindful, and we all deserve to have our basic everyday needs met, like affordable taxes and the space in which we can thrive. It's our turn now, and it's time to elect the strongest voice for our community, Mara Nagy. To get involved, hear more about my campaign, or just reach out to let me know I have your support, please send me an email at mara@maranagi.com or check out my website at www.maranagi.com, which will give you all my contact info. Thanks for your time, and see you at the polls on October 24th.
Hello. I want to begin by telling you how grateful I am for the opportunity to be here today and share my vision for Pickering with you. My name is Aisha Sardar, your candidate for Pickering City Council Ward 2. I'm a mother of 2 wonderful kids and wife of a caring and supportive husband. I am the Executive Director of Public Allies, which is a not-for-profit organization based in Durham region that's dedicated to supporting seniors, vulnerable women, and disadvantaged youth. It also helps in raising awareness about mental health in the community and uplifting small businesses. I have also been serving as in the community of Pickering as a member of the Pickering Cultural Advisory Committee. I was introduced to the concept of sharing and caring at a very young age. My family has always been passionate about community and is actively engaged in it. My dad taught me that the best way to live your life is to give back to your community, and I have followed and implemented that in my life. Working in my community allows me to see it change for the better. This fall, I'm running to represent the voice of common residents of this great city. I want to ensure that Pickering achieves its potential to become a well-rounded city with a self-sustaining economy by increasing investment, having more locally available entertainment and leisure options, creating good infrastructure, making sure there's reliable and readily accessible healthcare, and creating a healthy environment. As a community, we will always face challenges and obstacles. However, if we work together and approach our problems with a positive mindset, we can surely reach our goals and succeed together in building a strong and vibrant community. I'm counting on your help and support. We can, and we will make a difference in making Pickering a community that will be a great model city, not only in Durham region, but all of Ontario. Thank you.
My name is George Turner. I am running to be your city councillor for Pickering Ward 2. I have lived in Ward 2 for the past 29 years and have seen major changes. We have spent a great deal of time, energy, and community involvement in developing an official plan, only to have it modified whenever a developer comes to council and asks for concessions for their project. These seem to be approved without much consideration of the residents' concerns and consequences to our infrastructure. What I promise to do is support only the developments that conform to the official plan. When there are requests for concessions, I will ensure that the developer details and documents the consequences of each proposal with enough time for the public to discuss. The only exception, I will not vote in favor of allowing the existing height restrictions to be modified. I fully support the city center projects, which include the new Central Library, Performing Arts Center, and Youth Senior Center. It will take a unified effort by council to get these projects back on track. Other projects that have been currently approved may have to be deferred in order to have the city center projects go forward. I have over 35 years of experience in finance. I have reviewed and managed countless number of business plans and business cases. I like to see that level of scrutiny brought to the city. In conclusion, I'd like your support in bringing financial and planning scrutiny and transparency back to the city of Pickering. Please ensure that you exercise your right and vote on October 24th. Thank you.
Also running. Candidates for Pickering City Councillor, Ward 3.
Pickering is home to my wife, Ishruth, and 3 children, 2 of which have started their own families right here in Pickering. We're excited to see them raising their children here just like we did for good reason. The city has seen tremendous growth economically and in population with many amenities and services for seniors and young families alike. It is a city that is so much to be proud of, and it is on its way to being one of the best cities to live and work in. It has been an honor and pleasure to have represented the residents of Ward 3, the largest of the 3 wards in the city of Pickering for the past 2 terms, and to be part of its growth and prosperity. I've always focused on being available for the residents of Ward 3 at all times and to have an open door communication policy, whether it be virtually, by phone, or in person, when possible, to respond in a timely manner. As a city councillor, it is important to do what is right for the residents of Ward 3 and for the city. Preserving our natural heritage is just as important as urban growth. This is the balance I have worked hard for and look forward to continue to do the work and to represent you as your city councillor in the next term. For October 24th, I am counting on your support to re-elect Shaheen Butt as your city councillor. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Darshan Sridharan, and I am your candidate for city councillor in Ward 3 of Pickering. Many of you may already know of my community work for the people of Pickering and across the region, from organizing pumpkin drives and ice cream giveaways for the kids in Seaton and Claremont to holding rallies for veterans to raise money for our Canadian Legions. I've had the privilege to serve the people of Pickering and the greater Durham region. Now, over the last couple of weeks, my team and I have been hard at work knocking on doors all across the ward. You've shared your concerns with us, such as the need to protect our green spaces for future generations, building and improving our infrastructure and community spaces, diversifying the city's property tax intake by bringing in big business and industries, and the most important, having a council that supports only responsible housing development. The residents of Ward 3 would be better served by a councillor who understands your needs and fights for them. I am that man. I will fight for the interests of Ward 3 and vow to shape the city into becoming one envied by the rest of Durham. I urge you to come out on October 24th and vote for me, Darshan Sridharan, number 3 on your ballot for city councillor. I promise you that together we can build a stronger Pickering. Thank you.
Also running. Candidates for Pickering Durham District School Board Trustee.
Hi, I'm Sherry Croteau. I'm running to be your next public school board trustee in Pickering. I've lived here for over 20 years, and my husband Martin and I have raised our 2 kids here. This is also where I work as a real estate agent. Did you know that the budget for the Durham District School Board this year is just over $1 billion? Your local watchdogs on how that money is spent are your school board trustees. With 7 years on the Board of Trustees, I have the experience that will allow me to hit the ground running and ensure that Pickering students get their share of that budget. Pickering schools are facing changes and challenges. With unprecedented growth, talk of strikes, and families just trying to cope with inflation and this post-pandemic world, schools need a strong, experienced voice. I want to be that voice. Communication is at the core of the trustee job. In my years as a trustee, I found that parents, grandparents, and school community councils were invaluable resources, bringing passion and insight to the table. Being in tune with our community made me a better trustee and helped shine a light on inequities in our schools. I believe that schools are the foundation upon which we build the future. And I'll ensure that Pickering students get the best of what public education has to offer. That means equitable access to safe, clean, welcoming school environments. It means technology in the classroom that is up to date. And it means providing the mental health supports, programming, and extracurricular activities that students need to build their amazing futures. On October 24th, you will choose 2 trustees to represent Pickering and help determine how your $1 billion taxpayer dollars will be spent. Please vote Sherry Croteau because experience matters.
Hello, everyone, and thanks for tuning in. My name is Emma Cunningham, and I'm running to be one of your DDSB trustees in Pickering. I've always been very involved in the community, including being the co-founder and executive director of Caremonger's Pickering Ajax, and I'm always looking for new ways to drive forward progressive change. The education system matters to all of us, whether you have school-age children or not. We all bear a responsibility to bring up the next generation to build the society we want to live in the future. I do have 2 kids in the public school system who have grown up in Pickering. I was heartened to see the rollout of DDSB at home, where my children have spent the past 2 years. And I was disheartened by the number of meetings held behind closed doors and the lack of accountability. As a communications professional, I believe in ensuring that the public is kept informed of every decision and the reasons why it was made. I'd like to see the board have a stronger focus on equity, especially when it comes to ensuring kids have access to support staff when needed to lead to success. I also think that it's unfortunate that schools have to fundraise to fill the gaps left by the provincial government, and that leaves some schools with greater resources than others. I'd like to ensure a more equitable funding structure where we all look out for each other and make sure that no student is unfairly disadvantaged. I'm also concerned about bullying in schools. Although there is a great anti-bullying policy in place, enforcement is sporadic at best. Lack of adequate staffing during lunchtime hours mean that incidents aren't always witnessed by the school and therefore not acted on. Bullying can often be a symptom of something going on in a child's life outside of school, so it's important that both the victim and the bully have access to supports to stop the behavior from the root cause. To learn more about my campaign, visit my website at emmacunningham.ca and feel free to reach out with questions anytime.
Hi, I'm Michelle Leong Francis, and as unique as my name is, I come to you with a very deep and rich, diverse background in my professional experience. As a professor, trained in cross-cultural counseling, and as a chair of my Neighborhood Watch, I am very much aware of the challenges that have been facing our community over the last 2 years and have actually escalated across the province. The concerns that I am seeing that I know you have shared with me is a deep concern for mental health, our children being able on social media to have critical thought with so much mis and disinformation, the violence that is happening in our community, and quite frankly, our students and our teachers having the necessary resources to do the job. What I hope to bring to this role as DDSB candidate is to be able to use the skills that I've had by sitting on the financial literacy pack within Queen's Park and my 3 nominations to be able to bring skills of being able to translate our concerns in the community to government so you're not just seen but heard. My commitment to all of you is that I will do my best. I am willing, I am ready, and I am competent. So please stand with me while I support you in the success of your students, our economy, and the thriving opportunities that we have to support our teachers. On this nomination day and on voting day, please allow me to be your choice. Thank you. If you want to know more about me, you can reach me at about.me/Michelle Francis.
Good day. My name's Stephen Linton. As a Pickering resident for the past 20 years and father of 2, I am proud to be seeking the office of Durham District School Board Trustee for the City of Pickering. I dedicate much of my free time as an active volunteer on a number of anti-racism committees, such as Centennial College, Pickering Library, and the Durham Catholic District School Board. I am also serving as the chair of Durham One, a non-for-profit organization focused on amplifying the voices of diverse communities across Durham. I am an avid soccer fan and had the privilege of coaching in the Recreation League with Pickering Soccer Club for 4 years, combining my love for soccer with my passion to support growth and collaboration between young people. Having worked closely with communities up against unfair wages, rising unaffordability, and youth at risk of experiencing violence, I have a deep understanding of how important quality education is to change the pathway of a child's life. For this reason, I decided to run for school board trustee to advocate for the services, facilities, and resources needed to prevent and solve some of the challenges students face today. In my 10 plus years of community development and public service experience with the Toronto District School Board and the City of Toronto, I work relentlessly to support marginalized and hardworking communities who face barriers in accessing their fair share of this country's prosperity and growth. As your school board trustee, I will bring the same devotion, skill, and tact to create results you can see. I am certain my energetic and hopeful approach to every challenge will translate into positive and lasting change that my children and yours deserve.
Also running. Candidates for Durham Catholic District School Board Trustee.
Hello, viewers. My name is Tommy Valukar, and I'm a candidate for Catholic School Board Trustee from Pickering. We as a Catholic community are privileged to have a school system driven by our Catholic values, fully funded by our taxpayers. We already have a legal right to exist at a separate school system in Ontario. It is important for us to understand that to have a moral right to exist, we must be true to our faith. Our faith informed and rooted in the vision of an alternate worldview preached and promoted by Jesus Christ, who revealed to us the authentic nature of our God. As a Catholic learning community, we must educate and promote this worldview, which Jesus calls the kingdom of God, as opposed to any other kingdoms. This mission asks us to educate those who come to contact with us to use all their gifts, talents, and opportunities to be the hands and feet of Jesus, to create a world where every sentient being is honored, respected, and cared for as precious children of our compassionate God. This is authentic Catholic education. I have demonstrated the power of this vision through action and not just words at St. Mary Catholic Secondary School for the last 23 years by leading formation programs for young people and educators. I promise to continue my passion for Jesus and his mission as a Catholic School Board trustee, representing the people of God from Pickering. I'll work tirelessly for this end by being the voice of our young people and parents. I ask for your prayers for this new adventure I am embarking on after my retirement as a chaplain. Please vote for me in upcoming election to represent you at the school board table. May God bless you all.
Also running. Here are your candidates for the French Public Trustee, Viamont School Board.
Bonjour. Good morning. Mon nom est Christine Dandevino. My name is Christine Dandevino. Et le 24 octobre 2022, je me présente en tant que candidate pour conseillère pour le Conseil scolaire Viamont. J'habite à Oshawa depuis 2005. Et puis, depuis environ 30 ans, j'enseigne des enfants, des adolescents et des adultes la musique. Aussi, je me suis spécialisée en tant qu'enseignante avec les enfants et les adolescents qui ont des troubles de communication et beaucoup d'anxiété. J'ai complété ma maîtrise à Yorkville University en psychologie. Il est très important de savoir que pendant les 2 dernières années, presque 3 années, la santé mentale de tout le monde durant la pandémie a été très affectée. Aussi, notre santé physique. Pour moi, l'éducation, ça inclut tout. La santé mentale, la santé physique, la santé spirituelle et la diversité. En tant que mère autochtone, je comprends la diversité. J'ai travaillé dans divers métiers. J'ai travaillé pendant 13 ans à la fonction publique à Service Canada. La communication, c'est important. Si vous votez pour moi le 24 octobre 2022, je peux vous assurer que je vais répondre à vos questions. Je n'aurai peut-être pas toutes les réponses, mais je vais vous assurer que votre enfant, vos adolescents, les professeurs et tout le conseil administratif, je vais vous aider. Ensemble, comme le conseil scolaire Viamont dit, tout est possible. Alors votez pour moi, Christine Dandevino. Merci.
Bonjour. An English message will follow. Je me présente, je m'appelle Serge Paul et je me présente comme conseiller scolaire pour le conseil scolaire Viamont dans la région de Durham. Je travaille actuellement avec TFO, la télévision francophone de l'Ontario, où je développe les affaires pour la plateforme de vidéo éducative Idelo. Auparavant, j'ai travaillé pendant 15 ans pour le conseil scolaire Viamont comme agent de liaison communautaire. Cette expérience m'a permis de très bien connaître les écoles Viamonde dans la région de Durham, mais aussi de bien connaître les communautés francophones de cette belle région. En plus, je suis le papa de 3 enfants qui fréquentent les écoles francophones. La francophonie, l'éducation et les communautés francophones sont pour moi des piliers de mes valeurs. Parler français et être éduqué en français en Ontario sont des héritages importants que je veux passer à mes enfants et je veux aider d'autres parents à en faire autant. Un conseil scolaire bien dirigé me permettra de faire cela. Hello, my name is Serge Paul and I am a candidate for school trustee elections for the French Public School Board Viamonde in the region of Durham. I'm currently working with the TFO, the French television channel in Ontario, where I develop business for the educational video platform Idelo. Previously, I worked for 15 years for the Viamonde School Board as a community liaison officer. This experience allowed me to get to know the Viamonde schools in Durham very well, but also to get to know very well the French-speaking communities in this beautiful region. In addition, I'm the father of 3 children who attend French schools. The Francophonie, education, and Francophone communities are for me pillars in my values. Speaking French and being educated in French in Ontario are important legacies that I want to pass on to my children, and I want to help other parents to do the same. A well-run school board will allow me to do that. Thank you.
Here are your candidates for the Mont Avenir Catholic School Board trustee. And Marcelin Mondo has been acclaimed your French separate Mont Avenir Catholic School Board trustee.